this is the time to really plan for a great trip. We've got shoulder season travel. Of course, we've got winter season travel. Everybody loves a great deal. Mark Murphy is a travel industry expert, and he is regularly featured on all your cable news channels and everybody. Best-selling author, entrepreneur, owner of Trav Alliance Media, and that owns the largest travel news site in the world. And Mark is on our line right now. Well, hey, you're in the thick of it, Mark. How are you?
I'm good, Bruce. Yeah, I feel like it's nonstop, man. A lot going on.
We've got it.
Yeah.
We are in Newport, the center of the universe.
Yeah, I love Newport. It's a beautiful place. So everyone in Newport, just stay there and enjoy your vacation because you're.
That's it. Well, you've got something that we want to talk about called Homeport Cruising.
Yep.
And why don't we start there? Because, I mean, look, millions of people from all over the world want to come here. Why don't we see what they're all about? Tell us about Homeport Cruising.
Yeah, so with Homeport Cruising, basically the cruise lines have put ships within a few-hour drive from the vast majority of all Americans. So whether it's East Coast, West Coast, down off the Gulf in Texas or New Orleans, you can really just drive 3 to 5 hours and be on your vacation. And it saves people on airfare. It saves them on stress. I've done it multiple times, and I think it's a great experience overall because cruises are a great value option, and they just keep getting more and more interesting with the new ships they're bringing out.
Yeah, I mean, we see ship after ship, 50 of them are coming in here, so no doubt here. You are advising people Mexico is great, Canada is great. Tell us, let's start with Mexico. Safe to go to Mexico these days?
Totally safe. State Department, don't pay attention to some of these erroneous reports on some media outlets like USA Today. I've seen it incorrectly reported. The State Department's deemed all tourist areas in Mexico safe for American travelers as recently as July. They update it regularly, so you can feel confident going to Cancun, Riviera Maya, Cozumel, Isla Mujeres, any of those tourist areas, Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, you name it. And the reason they've gotten it wrong is because these are people that just haven't been there. I was down there last week interviewing people on the ground, travelers, some with little babies, and they said everyone told them not to go. And I said, well, when they told you not to go, were these people who have ever been to Mexico? And the answer completely was no. These are people who have never been to Mexico. And I said, what would you tell them now that you've been here? And I tell them it's totally safe. The people are wonderful. The resorts are amazing. And the worst thing I have to worry about is whether it's going to rain this afternoon. And I said, bingo. And that's just the reality. And if you book a package with a company like Apple Vacations, they will literally bring you down. They will fly you down. They will pick you up at the airport. They will take you to your resort. If you want to go on an excursion or check out the city of Playa del Carmen, it's a great beach town, you can do that. And they'll put you in properties like there's one that I was just at last week, which is really cool and hip, called Breathless for adults. There's Secrets, which is like a romantic type of experience. So there's lots of options, and the travel agent can steer you to which property, but they'll mostly book through an operator to get savings like an Apple that packages it all up. That would be Apple Vacations.
Terrific. Talking with travel expert Mark Murphy, a friend of mine who travels extensively and is always going on cruises, is very, very jazzed up about taking a river cruise. Tell us about river cruises.
I have been on a bunch. My most recent river cruise was from Budapest to Vilshofen, Germany, and ultimately Munich. I was on the ship for 7 nights. I did 2 nights extra in Munich. And it's just one of the best ways to experience Europe because you're on the rivers, which are the lifeblood and where the villages that you would stop on a land tour are at. But this way, your hotel moves with you, so you only unpack once. And then they include the excursions and the pricing. And because it's fall and peak season's over, something that might have cost $4,000 or $5,000 per person is now going to be half of that with all of those inclusions in October, in November. Check out Christmas markets. I mean, they're a great experience. So there's always a reason to travel, and there's always a reason to go, regardless of the time of year, to Europe. And the savings are fantastic, and the inclusions are great on river cruises.
Excellent. Forget the airports, forget the planes, travel by train.
Yeah.
I love this. Tell us about this.
Well, we forget that Amtrak has a brand called Amtrak Vacations, and you can do that, and you can experience the U.S. by lowering your stress level and not sitting in traffic. It's really nice to be on a train, especially in the Northeast, and looking out the window at 95 or the Turnpike and going, wow, I'm glad I'm not there as you whisk by. They have packages and they can do it all. And again, you go back to a travel agent and say, hey, look into this for me. You don't have to do the work. You don't have to be on the internet for 10 hours trying to figure it out. Let them do all the work. If you buy through them, they get paid by Amtrak. And if you buy it yourself with Amtrak or any other provider, you pay the same price anyway. So why not get them to do the work for you? The travel
that
agents.
is great. I'm so glad to hear you say that because, of course, we're the backbone of small business around here, and so many travel agents are small businesses, been in town for years and years and years, and they still got it going on, your travel agent. I'm glad to hear that.
Without a doubt, and they give you unbiased advice, and all you have to do is just find a good one, and I'll tell you what, you'll be super happy because you will save money, and you will definitely have a much better experience. And in many cases, you'll get things that aren't available to the general public. The little secret is they incentivize travel agents as their distribution channel, whether it's a cruise line, a resort, with extra benefits in many cases that you can't get on your own. So you not only save money and time, you sometimes get inclusions that aren't available to the general public.
Boy, that is great. That was always the case. I'm so happy to hear that is still the case. I'm going to look up my travel agent. Mark Murphy, founder and editorial director, TravelPulse.com. Mark, where can we go for more information?
Go to TravelPulse.com or follow us at TravelPulse on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, or follow me personally at MurphyTravels.com, at MurphyTravels or MurphyTravels.com.
All right. Hey, thanks very, very much. All the best to you.
Thank you,
Come see
Bruce.
us in Newport.
You as well, man. Would love to. Thank you.